Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we have another Neuro-sama video. This is Neuro-sama versus the Stanley parable. Oh, Vedal's in here too. Perfect. This is going to be great. Now, this is definitely an older one. I'm going to be rotating between new videos and old ones with Neuro, as well as all the recommendations from the poll we just made a little while ago. So, let's get started with this one. This is probably one of my favorite games of all time, and then I found out that Doug's brother apparently was one of the lead developers of it or something like that, or along those lines. So that's cool for me. Let's take a look at this.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, guys, I actually can't hear Neuro. Hold on. I want to be able to hear her too. That movement.
Oh yeah.
Floaty.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find...
Yeah, the movement in this game is kind of weird, especially if you're playing on console. When you're playing on console, it's kind of like a little too rigid. But on PC, it's way better.
a trace of his co-workers.
I wonder if they were just all scared of him, or more likely, underwhelmed by his general demeanor.
That sounds a lot like Stanley.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
I'm doing this for the entirety of
I
chat.
can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times.
Yeah, I never actually did it long enough to actually even get to this conversation. I'm pretty sure I did it for the 5 one, but I didn't know there was another line for 20.
I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
So I need to click the door a whole lot more times to impress you, huh?
Because it was the wrong door. Oh, there's different door. Okay.
My objective is to make people happy, not to impress you, Mr. Narrator. But if an achievement helps, then I'm willing to grind for it.
Okay. Stanley Parable is going to be like fucking perfect like 20 years from now. If you can make a game that's where the narrator's a legit AI and it just bashes you the whole fucking time. That game would be infinitely replayable and in VR.
Stanley clicked on literally every single door in the office because he doesn't pick up well on cues from...
I've legit never heard this line. I've played 30 hours into this game.
his environment.
I'm going to just take that as a compliment and ignore that you called me Annie.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I should really be going right, which means I'm going left.
I'm just not speaking.
Finding out where I'm actually supposed to go is tough, sit for now.
I got really into the role.
I'm just not speaking. I'm not muted. I'm just the controller.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Following instructions has never been my strong suit, so I guess I'll be going my own way from now.
She's gonna get stuck in the fucking broom closet, isn't she?
Now on.
Understandable. Monetize free to play. Based.
I do find it funny that Vedal's trying every fucking door over and over and over again.
Let me out.
Wait. He got himself soft locked. I didn't even know that was fucking possible in this game. No way. How'd you do that?
Monetize.
As the door was closing, he ran back in. No. I've literally never been soft locked in this game. No way. I don't know if this is before the new version came out. I only played the new version that had kind of fixed some of the bugs. So there is a chance that this is like the old version, not the Ultra Deluxe or whatever version.
Is free to play. Based.
I can't believe you got a fucking soft locked. No fucking way.
Did I actually soft lock myself? There's no shot.
If I can't find the boss's office, I'll move on to the CEO of not obeying regulations door.
I found the boss's office, bro. Bro, I'm just that good.
There's so many doors everywhere. I can't even count them all.
Okay, I thought they got an achievement for soft locking it. I was like, no, that's not a real achievement, is it?
That's real achievement. I'm so good at fucking... Do I have to restart the game? This is actually what's happening.
You have to restart the game.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you just skip through content like that.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Maybe there is no path. Maybe we don't have a destiny. Maybe we can all do what we want.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Just enjoying the bliss of inaction.
16 hours later. You know, I could totally see this game allowing you to sit here like with the game on for 2 weeks, no problem, and then something fucking happening. Like that stupid baby scenario.
In the broom closet?
There was like
standing
4
around
hours,
doing
something
nothing?
like that.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I don't owe you an explanation. I don't owe anyone anything.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
You never knew if trying to leave the broom closet would actually achieve anything, so you didn't even try.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching.
I do like the fact that she like waited for the narrator to finish that whole paragraph, even though it was like, split into 2 parts. I was expecting her to kind of interrupt at the beginning there. Like, obviously, the narrator here interrupted because there's no actual cues for the narrator, just a time.
Path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
What's my favorite ending? There's a lot of good ones. Maybe the one where you get trapped in another world, like the other game where you get he's like, okay, fine, I'll spend some extra time and build an entirely new game. It's like an open world one, and he like walls you in. That was a good one.
I'm allowed to stay in the broom closet if I want to. I find it
Stanley
calming.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Totally forgot about that. It's always the hookers.
Never.
Say never.
How dare you say such lies?
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion
I honestly thought it was just gonna be like filtered.
about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Someone call an ambulance.
I was like, I wonder if she could actually like catch that prompt because of how long it was.
My internet friend has passed.
It's a nice closet though, you know. With brooms and stuff. Any more dialogue?
Go back in.
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I can certainly try to do worse if you'd like.
Go back in.
You
Okay.
too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Like, I could totally see there'd be like something like at the 2-week mark. You just like move the clock forward 2 weeks. Although they may, I can't remember if the game can actually track that or not. Because I know there's a bunch of different things that happen every time you restart the game, at least for a little while. So that's always interesting.
Filtered. Stanley leaves the broom closet.
I want to know what she was going to
Coming
say.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Stanley entered his boss's office, awaiting his next set of instructions.
I'm following her instructions.
The office was spacious and filled with a sense of authority and importance.
She's the narrator now.
That his
Okay, it jumped forward a bit.
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly.
I staggered back, my mind reeling with the implications. Was
All right, we're definitely going to have to watch the entire stream of this video, not just the clip version. Because that jump forward was like 20 minutes.
I under someone's control? Was my whole existence an illusion, constructed by forces I couldn't comprehend? No, I refused to believe it.
No, he refused to believe
You got to jump off the fucking platform and fall into the hole.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
Say never.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm going to follow my intuition here and go right, just to see what happens.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I wonder if there's any snacks.
Yes,
Technically.
truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth
Stanley never has any money, so he can never get any fucking drinks or anything.
the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
This room. It's so beautiful. I could stay here forever.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room.
Now, this is before she could, like, see things correctly, from what I understand. So everything's right now is just, text-based to her. So later on, though, from some of the newer games, she can actually kind of see what's going on. So this would be an interesting revisit game, I guess.
A room
And maybe
so
there was
utterly
another version of this
captivating
game. I just
that
haven't seen
even
it yet.
though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
You're right, narrator.
I was expecting that. That was pretty funny.
This room is pretty boring. I think I'll move
At
on.
this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Are we making fun of Vedal here?
It's possible that this is why everyone left.
My overall personality. Okay, that's too far.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Oh, I just realized there's a door. I'm gonna go explore it,
Oh, okay.
narrator. I don't need your permission.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the
She's like, bitch, this is my choice, not your choice, even though you fucking suggested it.
opposite door and got back on track.
Nope, didn't want to go back on the track. Gonna go explore some more.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get
Okay, so there's a... So in the boss's office, if you go down the elevator and then go back up the elevator and then go back down multiple times back and forth, you get to a separate zone if you've never done it before. So enjoy that spoiler.
back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Hey Annie, you're doing it.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
You should turn around, Annie.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
A complete lunatic.
I mean,
No.
I mean, that is true, but I do like how the narrator, you get here and the narrator's like, what the fuck is going on? This is bullshit. You've ruined everything, and just blames you for everything.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
From the top.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
No,
This is always fun to show people. I love showing this game to, like, random, like, family members and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you could just, any decision. Then they get to, like, rooms like this, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I don't know, try jumping out the window.
Restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
Stanley's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm not doing shit. This is your fault. Stop gaslighting me, damn it.
Move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
Pick any
Come,
door.
Stanley. Let's find the story.
Go. Find. The story.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? Okay, yep, it's worse.
Yeah. They spent a lot of time on this game, like especially like falling through the fucking ground and underneath the game. Like when you get into the super dark areas of the game where everything just is like monitored, and you're like, what the fuck is this fucking place?
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, you're probably right. I'd like to be better on the ladder in StarCraft.
What?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story.
Oh my god, I actually fucking hated this fucking turn, because you're like, no, wait, that doesn't make any sense at all. How can I make 8 right turns?
Here it comes.
Yes, let's get back to the story. I'm ready.
Wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
We've already retraced our steps, though.
Yeah,
Now
good
this-
luck with this game.
Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
Sure,
I
why
don't
not?
think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story.
At this point, you're like, just break out the fucking window and see if there's anything outside. Honestly, it'd be like going through Portal. You break the window, and there's just a big fucking wall of light, and you're like, what?
It took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
There we go. Perfect.
Congratulations!
Game over.
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Thank you.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
So the only downside of this is the narrator talks so much in a lot of these clips and everything that it's overriding, I think, what Neuro would actually like try to respond to. She's like, she can't respond as fluidly, I guess, because she's waiting for the prompt to end, and it just keeps fucking going. And you're like, okay, well, now when she talks, it doesn't really make sense in context all the time.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of
definitely
the
the line.
Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just
Follow it up the wall
line.
and through the
How
ceiling.
simple is that?
Actually,
Finally, Some direction.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of...
Yeah, like she can't really make decisions right here because the guy just never fucking stops talking.
no destination, still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree...
Like, it's good that Vedal kept moving because this guy goes on for fucking ever on that tangent.
that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right?
Yeah, perfect edit, actually.
Why does your
If
nose
my
run
experience
with
of
your
your
feet
existence...
smell?
That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize.
Okay, Vedal. You don't need to follow the line exactly like this, you piece of shit.
Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the
No,
mood.
stop. Damn it. Oh, God.
I don't want us to be able to hear the music.
I love music. I'm excited now.
It is
Wait,
exciting music.
cut the music. Go back and look at that fern.
Oh, no.
Stan-
We missed the whole room where it's got that crazy fucking hallway that goes on forever within 2 pillars.
This fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely.
Screenshot.
And remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
A fern. I remember when I had a pet fern.
A pet
It was
bird?
pretty sad having to use my computational skills to keep it alive.
Let's really stare at that fern.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know about that. You can't even let that fern die just to save a little bit of processing power. It's fine.
The back of the office? No. No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I think if the bell's ringing, it's probably just in my head. I hope.
Oh, no,
That's
not
good enough.
again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Well, that's just rude.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
You know, you could potentially use like a version of the Stanley Parable to like actually train an AI to become like sentient over time, as long as they like keep changing stuff. Although this is getting closer to like how the Talos principle works, so maybe that's what I'm kind of like referring to in this way.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go on our own adventure. Filtered.
Yes, this is exciting.
Filtered.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
God,
What
I
do you
hate these
want our
rooms.
story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I want our story to be filled with maybe a story about a world where talking AI is normal and everyone has one.
I think that's extra funny because the narrator is basically effectively acting like an AI. So this is almost like 2 AIs talking. Not quite, because the narrator's just narrating, but still, it's along the same lines.
One as a companion or a pet or something.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or
line.
monitor rooms.
Follow the
Just
line at
don't
all
acknowledge
times.
it. We should be fine.
I don't like this line person.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means...
I do find it interesting. Like, Neuro more or less always tries to do the opposite of whatever the narrator's saying, which is pretty interesting. Whereas Vedal just seems to follow everything to the letter. I wonder if that's like an OCD or just a programmer thing, or he's just, trying to make it so where he can wait for there's instruction from Neuro. But it is kind of interesting. It seems like part of his personality is like bleeding through on following directions.
Means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn
There's a lot of people who
means that
stream this
our
game.
destination...
Sorry, a lot of people who stream this game go the opposite direction automatically, no matter what.
corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Ah,
Okay.
filtered.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one
Come
giant
on,
ending.
you gotta look right behind you and just take a look and see both doors.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Only 8.
I'm
That's
sorry.
really how
I
all
still
this
don't
goes?
understand what's going on.
I don't want to be trapped like this. I
Okay, that's fair. She's like, I've been listening to you and I still know what the fuck is happening.
won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
You
and the
can't
timer
make me.
stopped. Does that mean did we do it?
It's
Did
freedom.
we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know?
You
Will
wouldn't.
someone
That's the
come
problem.
for us? Will something happen?
The narrator forgets all their shit.
If it's any consolation, I'd rather not have
okay.
the game restart either.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do...
Just fucking
No.
restart.
Ding ding. It looks like you're on edge. Do you need someone to talk to?
No.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, yeah.
Indubitably.
Right here, this is perfect. If you've never done this before, just keep going back up and down this elevator.
Indubitably.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I love walking straight ahead. Makes me feel alive.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes. I was filled with an overwhelming desire to uncover the secrets of this mysterious room. Where am I? What am I doing here? What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? I don't know. I've never seen Stanley eat shit in this game.
All important questions.
All very important questions.
Now the monitors
Definitely what's for dinner is a good one.
jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Like, see, she tried to actually talk here, but the narrator just automatically overwrote her.
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
No, I refuse to believe it. This can't be my fate.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated
Not try and fall off, jump off into the village, into
to
the
accept
void.
it blindly?
My happiness controlled. Who's behind this?
Now, to be fair though, if this is the old version, that was like a legitimate bug, I think. If it's the new version, then there's a reason to jump out.
I demand to know.
Wait, what?
I refuse to live in a world
Here
of
was the
lies
proof,
and
the heart of
manipulation.
the and as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I'll dismantle these controls and free us all. Filtered.
Filtered.
Pretty lights.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an
She's gonna turn on the fucking mind control, isn't she? I'm gonna take over the world.
end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
And so I will. Mark my words. This ends now.
Aw.
I can't tell if it's over. I can't see.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
I I'm finally free.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley
Well, if all was meant to
was
happen,
happy.
what path am I entitled to take? Stanley was happy.
And thus he died again.
She did it. She beat the game.
Yeah, I mean, sure. She beat a part of the game. Technically, with Stanley, every ending is an end, right? And it's never the end.
He was free.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of is the right answer. I mean, to be fair, there's a shit ton of endings for that game. Even I haven't found them all because the very beginning of this run through, she did something or they did something that I've never even seen complete before. So, all right. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. Definitely going to start going through some of the recommendations from the post from yesterday or the day before. But we will always do these 3 videos first. It's always going to be a Wizards with Guns or something similar, a Doug video or something similar, and a Neuro video. Those are the first 3 videos of every day, followed by all my other random shit. All right, have a good day, everyone.